Pete Schulte is a Fox 4 legal analyst, former police officer, prosecutor, now criminal defense attorney. Pete, let's start broad and narrow. What, in your opinion, is the biggest problem with the way the accident investigation has been handled?
Well, there wasn't an accident investigation on the day this has happened. And we all look back, a few weeks ago when we had the gentleman jump off the high five to commit suicide. They still shut down 75 for several hours to do their investigation to make sure they had all the facts, because they didn't know what their investigation was going to lead them towards later. In this particular situation, they didn't. They just said, oh, it's an accident. Probably let Mr. Walker be on his way, and we have nothing now that she has died, and the medical examiner said it was caused by this accident.
Who do you blame for that? Who's to blame?
You know, it's a good question. At this point, I blame the police department because they're trained.
Greenville Police Department.
Greenville PD. They're trained to make sure when anybody's seriously injured, she was flown to Parkland. That should have been a huge indicator to them that they should have done a full accident reconstruction, get all the facts, look at skid marks, concrete nicks, anything to be able to determine how fast Mr. Walker's vehicle was going, maybe asking him to do a toxicology analysis of his blood, a urine sample, something, getting his phone records to see if he was texting, all of those things. This could be just an accident. But here we are 30 days later almost, and we don't have enough information to be able to say that.
And we just heard a family member be very forgiving, and saying it's an accident, but we don't really absolutely know at this point. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the reason for the delay is because
he's the DA?
Yeah. I mean, is there any other reason that might happen?
I think police departments, when they're dealing with people, we've talked about Johnny Manziel, we've talked about other people, they get a little, and I don't want to use a term, but starstruck, that they kind of lose their focus. They lose their perspective when they're dealing with people. He's their boss of the criminal justice system in Hunt County. Their biggest mistake was not at that particular moment going, you know what, this is our DA, we need to get DPS or another law enforcement agency in here right now to do this investigation.
And let's handle it by the book.
Right.
All right, Ms. Sandlin died 12 days after the accident. Do you think the police, let's go do some quick fire questions here.
Right.
Do you think the police ever got to interview her, to get her story of the events? How they
My understanding is, from talking to people in Hunt County, is they did not. They certainly had the opportunity. We know that Mr. Walker had the opportunity to go and speak with her, and I give him credit for that. He knew it was an accident, it was horrible. He went to speak with her, but if they didn't, they should have.
And so the first person or witness accounts of this, the only one likely is Mr. Walker's story.
Correct.
Operating off of.
This was 6:58 in the morning. It was supposedly dark and raining. I would argue that the speed zone was the school zone was probably active.
They have breakfast at 7:15,
right.
And Department of Transportation (DPS) says you should open the school zone 45 minutes before the school opens, which would be 6:30. So
right. And my understanding is that she had just let children across, and she was actually walking back to the other side of the street. Something distracted Mr. Walker, and we need to know what that is.
All right, if I'm in a crash that's fatal, what happens to me? By the book, what happens?
By the book is they're going to come to you, they're going to say...
Are they going to take me in custody?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, but they're going to ask you, they're going to say, hey, are you willing to give a blood specimen?
So they're going to ask me about that?
Whether you do a consensual one. If you won't, then they're going to determine if they're going to get a search warrant to do it otherwise, but they're going to go back and they're going to try to look at any data from your vehicle, look at skid marks, look at concrete nicks, anything to be able to determine how fast you might have been driving, other conditions that could have risen to how the accident happened.
They can still look at the cell phone data, but they can't take any blood, and the skid marks are long gone, I assume.
Right. At that point, you got to figure out what was fresh. If you go back there and look at, today, almost 30 days ago, you can't tell what was fresh at the time and what isn't.
All right. Just to kind of clean this up at the end, though, a lot of locals are mad about sort of what they think is the secrecy or the protectionism or the special treatment of the DA. That being said, do you think that special treatment, not releasing his name, affected the investigation?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. We've talked about this a lot on the show, is whenever the criminal justice system treats somebody differently, regardless of who they are, it fails. In this particular case, they should have done this like they treat anybody else. It's you, me, or anybody else. So yes, I think they lost perspective, and I blame Greenville PD for this. They have got to learn from this, because if criminal charges were warranted in this situation, I don't think they're going to have enough to go forward with it, and this family and the community deserves it. But I feel bad for Noby Walker. He knew as the DA, and I know Noby, I think he's a fine man, but he knew something wasn't right when they kind of let him go, I believe. That he should have said, well, wait a minute, but it's not up to him. It's up to the police department to do what they're supposed to do.
Even if he's saying you got to investigate the same way.
It would have helped him, because if he was able to have his his urine or his blood screened, everything, it would have helped him say this was completely an accident. Now it's going to have people going, scratching their head, going, what in the world happened?
Right. Pete Schulte, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.